Some of those major celebrities that Diddy actually trafficked you to.
Jacob the jeweler. Hey, Jacob. The others are from European countries and of a royalty. Very royal. Very royal.
Like princes, that type of thing?
Definitely a prince.
Well, it's just amazing how many people on the Diddy party list that are supporting Kamal. Too.
Yeah, seriously, it's like insane.
Publicly, openly, like all in.
Yes, it's like J-Lo like was like his ex-girlfriend, and it's like now deciding she's like warning people against Trump. I'm like, well, wait a second. So how many people did she warn against Diddy?
Right.
Oh, 0. Okay.
Right.
Well, maybe we shouldn't trust her opinion.
Hold on to your seats because Joe Rogan is diving deep into Hollywood's most shocking secrets. This time, the spotlight isn't just on Diddy, it's on every elite name linked to him. With Puff Daddy now embroiled in scandal after scandal, the question isn't just what he's done, but who he's pulled into his chaotic world. Joe is taking this investigation up a notch. On a recent episode featuring none other than Elon Musk, Joe began poking at the mystery surrounding some of Hollywood's A-listers and their ties to Diddy. The discussion quickly turned to Jennifer Lopez, with Rogan hinting at some eyebrow-raising connections. The game is just the start. Who else could be caught in this web? Joe took his curiosity a step further in a step-down with UFC champion Israel Adesanya, exploring even more names possibly entangled with Diddy. As Joe and Israel peeled back the layers, the whispers grew dark. Joe Rogan did not stop there. He is digging deeper than ever, uncovering disturbing new allegations surrounding Diddy. From stories of Diddy's extravagant parties to whispers of manipulation and control, Rogan has been pulling at the threads of a darker, hidden world behind Diddy's fame and fortune. Meanwhile, one of Diddy's alleged victims has come forward, and her revelations are nothing short of spine-chilling. She's spilling secrets about A-list celebrities she saw at Diddy's infamous parties, and the names she's dropping are enough to make Hollywood shudder.
Some of those major celebrities that Diddy actually trafficked you to.
Jacob the jeweler. Hey, Jacob. The others are from European countries and of a royalty. Very royal. Very royal.
Like princes, that type of thing?
Definitely a prince.
Whoa.
The opposite of being smooth. If you have smooth arms as opposed to hairy.
Ooh. So we're talking about the one that's newly married to the biracial lady.
That's the only prince. That's the only prince I know.
Okay. Damn, y'all.
Allegedly. It's a few people that are presidential.
A few. So it was more than one president.
Somebody who should have just stepped down and retired and appointed somebody else to the actual power instead of them making them jump through a bunch of circuits and hoops only to not give it to them. You know you had the power to just go ahead and step down and appoint, but you didn't want to do that, right? Allegedly. Not allegedly, that's what you did. You should have stepped down. How you gonna back? Oh wait, I'm saying too much. But how you gonna back a campaign when all you had to do was step down and then appoint and say, hey, it wouldn't have to be no election, you know?
Just to clarify for the audience, it was more than one president that was found on those tapes?
Multiple.
Damn.
Multiple kings and princes from different countries. Dubai, shout out to Dubai. You got all the hoes in LA up. That's what the hoes out here do. Go to Dubai and get that bag and come out here and spend it. I told y'all game. Why you mad now? Not just LA, all y'all hoes. All the hoes is going to Dubai to get that money. I ain't mad at y'all. That ain't allegedly.
Yeah, there's a lot of celebs that we actually heard, a lot of female celebs that was going to Dubai and getting that Prince money and coming back.
Exactly. So they also take flights and private jets, and they come to America too to have a good time, you know? So they definitely show up for the party.
All right, so tell us a little bit more about Janice, because I know in that first interview you definitely went in, you gave us some little bit of details, but give us some more details about Miss Janice Combs.
Well, let's talk about Mama Diddy. You know what you did to my friend. You know how you and your son played with my friend underage in the bed, Janice? Why you do that to your son, allegedly? Why you allegedly turn your son out and now he's this global, worldwide, global threat? You know why he has so much anger against women? Because of you, Janice. Because of what you did to him. If you guys check with anybody that's been traumatized, especially a lot of times the person they're traumatized by causes a block in their brain and a hatred. So if you're a man that gets traumatized by a woman, deep down you're gonna hate women and it might turn you gay. If you were traumatized by a man, you might just turn gay and just be gay because that's your first experience. If you're a virgin and your first experience is with the opposite, your mind is going to naturally go back to that to bust your nut. And if you were gonna be but somebody took advantage of you, it's weird and it's sad to say, but even though it's deep down, that's going to be the thing that gets you off because that's your first experience. You feel me? So Janice, we know what you did. You know it started with her, Clive Davis. Clive Davis, one of the main ones, Clive.
Because Clive Davis used to Diddy, correct?
Correct.
Allegedly.
And you see right now when they trying to ask him about Diddy, he's huh? Playing like he got no memory, what's that? Huh? But he was right there in the rooms with my friend who was underage. Him, Harvey, Pierre. I'm coming for you too, Harvey. You know.
And just when you thought it couldn't get any more intense, rumors are swirling that there's a tape involving a high-profile celebrity that could drop at any moment. As Diddy's accuser's lawyer continues to speak out, the looming question becomes what will happen when this tape surfaces.
I also was just recently contacted by someone who wanted me to essentially represent them in the sale of one of the Diddy tapes. So, which I declined that because...
Wait a minute, say that again, back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
The shopping thing is...
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of and to contact the person who was in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video before it became a public knowledge.
I've heard this before, so like a catch and kill.
Catch and kill, correct.
Wow, and I guess you can't reveal the person who is on
No,
this
I can't
tape.
Explain who the person was, but Mr.
High profile?
Mr. Combs was in the tape and this other person is, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs.
Really? And you've seen it?
I've seen stills of the video.
Okay.
So
you can verify
that it exists, that it's real, that the other person in the video is very visible. It's no question if it's that person in the video. And I can tell the video was in nature.
Oh my, all right. So we know that he videotaped a lot of activities at his home, Diddy. And it sounds like there was probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Is that what is being talked about?
Yes, this was actually in his Atlanta home, at a home he had in Atlanta at one point. And it does seem that the person isn't like looking into the video, so it's, to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped. It doesn't seem like they're active participant in the videotaping, like they're being surreptitiously recorded it.
Mm-hmm. All right. I wanted to ask you about the police report we talked about, but when your client came out, obviously the neighbor knew. Did she talk to her family? Did she talk to her friends? Did she have another lawyer? Let's go back to your client.
So at the time, she, as most victims are, they feel a lot of shame.
Absolutely.
And they don't want to vocalize what happened to them because then it makes it real. So they kind of internalize it and get over it. And due to the high profile nature that it was Mr. Combs who did this, she was afraid for her life. She was concerned that if she was to come forward and say something, that no one would believe her, because we're talking about 2018 when Mr. Combs was still pretty much at the height of his career, still very much so an icon and influential figure. So she's just a young girl from Northern California who's gonna believe that he had done something to her like this. So she didn't tell anybody. She did not hire an attorney. All she did was make the police report in the hopes that maybe the police would try to investigate and come up with anything. But she said she kind of felt from the police that they were disregarding what she was saying, even without saying Mr. Combs' name. So she didn't feel any confidence that revealing his name would have done anything.
Sure. I mean, but there's a police report.
Yeah.
I mean, that fact in of itself is a big deal, because when you're talking about going back in time and talking about these allegations from other alleged victims, you know, there's not a lot of police reports, but you guys actually have one. And is that going to be revealed? Are we going to be able to see it?
Yes, as soon as I file my lawsuit in civil court, I will be attaching the criminal complaint that was made. I'll attach the number so everyone can see that this is a real number and can go to the police department there and request their own copy of that police report that was made back in 2018.
Well, that's going to be a huge deal when it happens, obviously, so we want to follow up on that. Did Mr. Combs have any reaction? Do you know if he was interviewed? I mean, he was named in the police report?
I don't think so. Based on what she said, she really felt that the police were trying to bury this and disregard her claims and not really investigate, which is another reason why a lot of victims don't report these things to the police. We have to address the elephant in the room is that we have victims, especially women, who go to the police, who are typically men, who don't actually investigate these things. They victim blame, they victim shame, and women don't feel safe or even protected to even make these claims because they don't think they'll be taken seriously, nor will their claims be investigated.
Right. Well, your client should be proud of herself for filing that claim and making that call and going for help, because that's a huge deal. And of course, these are allegations. We want to say that. What was it like for you when you got this phone call, when you realized what you were going to be stepping into?
After talking to her, I just wanted to protect her. I just wanted to help her. She seemed as somebody very broken by this experience. And it was very concerning for me to hear her saying these things and expressing this very deep trauma associated with what happened to her. I just wanted to make sure that, number one, she was heard and we can get her voice to the masses, and maybe Mr. Combs will actually, like right now we're starting to see, will actually face some type of consequences.
So, what do you think? Whose tape is it going to be? Let us know in the comments below. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on any new updates. Until then, fam, keep it real.